Hello everybody, my name is Snaketuber and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Now, this screen may seem different to those not familiar with, and that's because a new update was released recently, a few days ago, called the Foundation Update. And the Foundation Update has now included base building. And with that comes 3 game modes: normal, just regular gameplay, how it always has been with the inclusion of the new update. Survival, same thing, just a lot more harder. I have not played it, as you can see. And creative, just if you're familiar with Minecraft's creative mode, then it's pretty much like that, except that you don't have all the blueprints, which is really weird. But you have unlimited health, resources, no building costs, just no trophies. So I'm gonna be showing off creative because I don't have all of the blueprints that I'm not gonna be going into components. I'm just gonna be going into what you can build. So I will be right back with a new game. Alright guys, so here we are. Here's the demonstration video that we will now be using. First, we will start off with your main house. Yes, take a nice look inside. You have this. I've already set my home base. That's how I've gotten all this stuff here. First things first, you must set a home base in order to place anything else here other than tech, excluding the landing pad. And you also will have a portal. Now you may be wondering, what would you need this portal for? Well, I can't demonstrate it right now because I haven't been to a space station, but use these to go to your space stations. And if you have moved your base, instead of having to scrap your entire base, this will do it for you, and this will act as the base inventory of your previous base. I can't use it. You can't use it unless you have already another base, like I've said. So, this is all that this room does. It has only these 3 things, and the landing pad did not come with it. So this here is a landing pad. You can, you do not have a landing pillar, but you can call it from here. I've already called mine. Works just like a normal landing pad. Then you have your foundations. Your foundation is this platform right here with struts on it, and also you have your tech right here. You have your save point. You have your beacon, and you have your communications relay, which all that this is you can leave a message. So let's say that's my message. May your words conveyed and give solace to passing travelers. So that's that, and the foundation is just this plate, and it can be, and if you put it on top of an elevated circular building. Sorry about that burp. It'll have struts that will come down. And there's also this, and now we will move on to the infrastructure. You have your gate, here, you have your high paving, then you have your small paving, or large paving, small paving, then you have your wall, then you have a wall segment, and you have your roofing. This wall segment is just 3 of these stacked on top of each other, and the wall segment is just it's just extra roofing. Now you have other infrastructure parts. You have your cylinder, cube, and sphere, all of which can be stacked on top of each other, as I can demonstrate right here. All of this is under the infrastructure tab. You can stack this sphere on top of that, well, yeah, like that, or sphere on top of sphere, a sphere on top of that, vice versa, vice versa. So now we will move on to my demonstration building. But first, I will now say what kind of corridors there are. So, you have here, and these are your two table types. You have table 1 and you have table 2. They are not actually called that. I'm just going to call this one table 1 because of its elevated light. If I back up, no, maybe you're not going to see it, but if I back up far enough, this light will go down, and this right here doesn't do anything. So, you have your X corridor, you have your T corridor, you have your corner corridor, you have your glass roofed corridor, and you have your standard straight corridor. All of which cost iron, except for the glass roofed corridor, that will cost you glass. So, now I will move on to this. So you have your weapons terminal. This is not your first one, but you can also have a galactic trade terminal, which is where now you can buy things from the galactic market. Buy whatever, buy as much as you want, as long as you have the money. Sell, buy, whatever. And in here, I have all the decals you can have. Not the accurate colors, though. You have your bar decal, you have the Atlas decal, you have your numbers ranging from 0 to 9, and you have whatever this is. Then we'll move on to the ladder. Ladder you can use for just ascending different floors. You can stack these circular rooms. So these are several different types of decorations. You have your green box and you have this red cylinder. You have a table. You have not sure what this is other than a screen. You also have several plants, a gun hanger. I tried. You cannot take them off. Then you have your chair, which you can spin. Very important. You must always spin your chairs. Not really, but. And then you have this standing computer. I don't know. This is a desk. You have 2 different filing cabinets. Ooh, I almost forgot. You also have this other one. Where was it at? And you have this filing cabinet, if it even is that. And then you have your desk, wall vent, tech panel. Then you have your wall potted plants, another chair, and your desk. I believe I already mentioned that. And also, you can place your windows, which will cost you, again, iron and glass. Most of these cost iron. I'm not sure what these cost. So now we will walk through the corridors, and we have another tech panel, and here's the 2 things. Here are 2 tables. And that's that. Now, there are several other types. Now, there are other types of rooms. You can have a cuboid room, which you can also put a storage container inside it by replacing one of its blocks, or you can have it placed outside anywhere you want. Now, storage container is going to have 5 slots, which can contain 1,000 items each, and I believe it can carry 10 products each. 10 irregular items each. And here are all 4 window variants. You have your rectangular, you have your circular, you have your square, and you have another rectangular. Nope, that's actually 3. Forget this exists. And you can also place doors. Now, as well, you can have these hang off, and you can also put struts on them or foundations. These will look like this, your single strut and your quad struts. Now let's walk right back in. Now, in your specialist terminals, you can build things like an agricultural terminal. The agricultural terminal requires a farmer. The weapons terminal requires an armorer. And there's also another terminal. Oops. Did I forget to put the ladders in? Oh, yes, I did. Room parts. You can keep stacking up your ladders. That does not look right. Get out of here. There we go. You can keep stacking them up until you reach top floor, which then will stop, and you can no longer stack them. So, as always, you can always put your specialist terminals. They cannot be in the same room, however, and you can only place them in these circular rooms, which cost 100 iron. And I believe that's all. That's all the terminals we have. Weapons terminal, construction terminal, agricultural terminal, and science terminals. Those are all 4 terminal types. So, the last thing that I want to mention is this. You can place access ramps. I have one right here, and I have 4 of them going up into here. These, they're not necessary to easily walk inside of a door. I'll present this to you. As you can see, it's more for, let's say, like, easier access if you want. Now, they're about the same speed of climbing. So, yeah. That's it for the No Man's Sky Foundation update base showcase. If you liked the video, please press that like button, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.